Fernando.
Well, hi. Hello. Welcome to another episode of The War on China. I'm joined again
Fernando.
by Mario. How are you tonight?
Fernando.
Yep.
We had to do this show tonight.
I know.
The world is crawling with irresponsible lunatics. Throw them all in jail. That's what I have to say. I'm good, Fernando. How are you tonight?
That's the question today. Well, before I go into the question, I want to have a question for our audience. Can you guys let us know if sound is good and everything else is good, both for me and Mario? Let us know in the comment section down below, please, very quickly. Sorry, in the chat right here. And, well, the question is, are you confused, a criminal, or already vaccinated? Because those are the different options that you have right now in today's world. We're going to start with this topic, talking basically about the whole campaign of anti-vaxxers. And I'm going to start with your favorite person, Mario. So let's play this short clip 1 second, and then I'll see you at the end of it.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has been spreading lies and misinformation about the pandemic for months.
Dr. Tony Fauci funded with your tax dollars. He funded it in the Wuhan lab, didn't he? He funded COVID-19.
And tonight, she has once again run afoul with Twitter, the social media giant suspending the Georgia Republicans' account for a week, this time for her tweet saying the FDA shouldn't approve COVID vaccines, and, quote, these vaccines are failing and do not reduce the spread of the virus, and neither do masks. Before the suspension, Twitter issued a disclaimer at the bottom of Greene's tweet saying this tweet may be misleading. Responding to the suspension, Greene issued a statement saying, quote, Twitter suspends me because the truth is so offensive to the fragile hypocrites all over Twitter.
So, Mario, she says that Fauci is creating COVID-19 and that America funded it. And she also says basically that vaccines don't work, masks don't work. Yeah, the Wuhan lab.
Mm-hmm. At the Wuhan lab. Now, Fauci, there was gain of research funding at a lab. There was. And it involved Fauci.
North Carolina.
in the United States, in North Carolina. Now, and that's fine. But stop, because we're not conspiracy theorists, guys, on this channel. You know that. We're all about demonstrable, observable proof. Gain of function research is part of research that virology labs have been doing all over the world to keep us safe from viruses, to figure out viruses, to create vaccines, to create this, to create that. This is a scientific process. It's been going on for 30 years, for 40 years, 50 years, okay, in modern science. So, do I know? Does Fernando know whether anything horrifyingly nefarious is going on? And do we discuss those things on this show? Absolutely not. We don't know, and we're not going to do this conspiracy theory crap on this show. Okay? Now, she said, Marjorie Greene is an amateur politician. Okay? That's what she is. She's a politician. She's not a seasoned diplomat or anything else. Let me just say that I don't know anything else about Marjorie Taylor Greene, only that she's a relatively inexperienced politician. And she just went out in the public and she says, we know Fauci is doing gain of function research, and we know he did it at the Wuhan lab, didn't he? Those damn Chinese and that evil Fauci. That's what she said. Do we know what she said? She doesn't know. She doesn't know a damn thing. She's a politician. This is disgusting. This is disgraceful. Throw her in jail.
All right. So talking about throwing people in jail,
Who's next?
You've been having
Who's
some discussion. Who's next? Okay, we're gonna go with Mr. DeSantis. Ooh, Florida governor says that school leaders' salary may be withheld if they require masks. So you've been having a field day with DeSantis on Twitter and some of those things that he has said. So what's your take on DeSantis, Mario?
What's my take on DeSantis? Florida governor says school leaders' salaries may be withheld if they require that children wear masks. What? I mean, I'm just like, I'm shaken with insanity here. I'm okay. I want to ask Governor DeSantis a question. Do your schools require kids, before they even are allowed to enter school, to have a series of vaccinations? They got a little vaccine book. And if the kids in the public school in Florida, just like any other state in the United States and just about every country on planet Earth, they got a little vaccine book for the
Everybody
kiddies.
gets the vaccine.
They got a little
Everybody needs to
vaccine,
get
kiddies.
vaccinated.
Let me
Yeah.
finish. There's a little vaccine book for the kiddies. Do you let the kids in school without the vaccine? Now, hang on. I'm talking about other vaccines. Measles, chickenpox, TB, whatever those other vaccines are. Okay, good. Now, let's talk about COVID for a second. And now, Fernando, I'm going to address the people. I'm looking at Fernando on the screen here and the monitor. Now, Fernando, I'm going to take this moment. This is the moment where I'm going to address the first question. And we're going to eliminate the first question. In 3 minutes. Yeah. Are you confused? And Uncle Mario and Uncle Fernando, right now, we're going to get you. We're going to get you straight. We're going to get you by the demonstrable, observable evidence. You're never going to be confused again after you're done listening to this. Okay. It's very straight and it's very clear. Okay, and here's my version of the story. I'm going to do my 3-minute version, and you already know what it is, Fernando, and I'm going to let you loose, and you can do yours. Here's mine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 61 years old, and my entire adult life since I was, 18, 19, never, so we're going on 4 decades, I've never gotten a flu shot. Never in my life. I just wrote an article about COVID-19 origins and the annual flu deaths in the United States for China Daily. That article is in their editor's desk, and it's going to be printed in China Daily next week sometime. And they sent it back to me to clarify some statistics, because I said that 20 to 80,000 people per year annually die of the flu in the United States. And that's why the doctors want you to get the flu shots. But actually, the most recent numbers from the CDC are 12 to 61,000. From the year 2010 through the year 2020, now, not including COVID, the average annual number of deaths varies from around 12 to 61,000 annual flu season deaths. And for 12 to 61,000 annual flu season deaths, everybody says, doctors and nurses and schools, get your flu shot. And I always was like, nah, I'm not going to get my flu shot. I didn't get it while I was in America, and I've never gotten it while I'm here in China. For a very simple reason. I just never thought it was that big a risk. I never thought it was that big a deal. I was like, always thought it was like 20 to 80,000 deaths a year. I don't want to get the flu shot. I don't want to get anything unless it's absolutely necessary. You guys with me? That's it. It's good. It's good. It's reasonable. It's common sense. So now I want to tell you, we're going to take the flu shot, the annual flu shot, and imagine that they come to me this past year and they say to me, hey, Mario, we got a problem. The problem we have this year is we want you to take your flu shot. We really, 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 really are like frickin' urging you to take your flu shot. Yeah, why? What's going on? Well, there's this pandemic this year. It's not a flu virus. It's called the coronavirus, but it's the same damn thing. It's the annual bug, and it's a really freaking bad one. I said, well, come on, how bad? 2-3 times as bad? Oh, no, Mario. This mother is about 10 times as bad. So far, just in the United States, we got 610 deaths. That's 10 times the high end of the death range for the annual flus. The high end, 12 to 60,000. 60,000 times 10 is 600,000. That's what we have in deaths this year because of the pandemic. And we got a virus. We got a vaccine for it, quick for you. We already got the vaccine. It ain't perfect. Well, you guys, wait a minute. You told me the flu shot wasn't perfect. Yeah, right, exactly. No vaccine is perfect, but you get the point why we want you to take the vaccine. I do. I get the point. But let me go back to the flu shot. Every year you guys used to say to me about the annual flu shot, get it. I'd say, no. And then you'd say, come on, Mario, get it. And I'd say, no. Well, is it going to prevent me from getting the flu? And the doctors and nurses would always say, it would help a lot. Most likely, more than 50%, it's going to help you not get the flu. More importantly, it definitely boosts your immune system so that if you do get the flu, you'll get less worse symptoms. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's what flu shots are. That's what vaccines are. No one ever said they were perfect. From day one, no one ever said they were perfect. And they don't get tested for spread. They just get tested for preventing you from getting it. And if you do get it, you get less sick. Okay? And that's exactly what the descriptions of the vaccines for COVID are. And it's 10 times worse. It's not complicated. Nothing I just said in the last 3-minute soliloquy that I just gave you was political. It's just about statistics of, oh, this year's bug is really freaking nasty, Mario. It's 10 times worse than all the previous years. Worst. Oh, shit. I guess I should get a vaccine. So now, this is people like this. What are we on? We're past her. We're on to DeSantis. So we're on to the vaccine. Okay, you got an industry in Florida that got decimated. Everybody know what the most famous leisure industry in Florida is? Come on. Cruise ships. The industry got decimated, right? Yeah. Hey, man, Florida, the Miami port, it's the greatest thing in the world. I've been on many cruise ships, worked on them twice.
Bahamas, the Caribbean, Nassau.
Amazing, right? So the cruise ship industry got 100% wiped off the face of the earth. Hundreds of billions of dollars of revenue, jobs, hotels jobs, marine industry jobs. You can even talk about finance and insurance and financial industry. I mean, all kinds of jobs. Hundreds of billions of dollars worth of revenue wiped out. 100% wiped out in the cruise ship industry. The cruise ship industry turns around, and I said this, Fernando. I said this to my brother Nick and I. We've been on cruises. We love cruises. We're like, cruise industry can solve their problem. The cruise industry can solve their problem. They're going to come out with, they're going to do it. What are they going to do to revive the cruise industry, Fernando? They're going to say, hey, we're just going to require that everybody that comes on the ship is vaccinated. Simple. It's nobody do you like it? Do you like getting vaccinated? Do you like your kids getting all those vaccines? Do you like it? Does anybody like it? No, you just do it. You just freaking do it. You do it because it keeps society safe. It keeps society safe. Where's the fucking politics in that? Oh, I broke my vow. I never curse. We never curse on the show. I apologize. I take it back.
We'll cut this one.
You know, really, seriously. Okay. So the cruise industry comes up with, this is business. We have to revive our business. If I want to get vaccinated and I want to go on a cruise and I got to be vaccinated, it's my choice. I'm a consumer, right? It's a very simple thing. This Governor DeSantis comes along and tries to legally block cruise ships from requiring vaccines out of Florida. Okay. Thinking the man's a lunatic. Now we got Delta. Delta variant has three characteristics that you need to care about. One, it's very, very contagious. It's the next, it's a variant. It's not a new strain. It's a variant, okay, scientifically. And it spreads much more contagiously, okay? And it's infecting more younger people, which, by the way, is what H1N1 was doing in 2009. Did you know H1N1? You remember my article? You remember H1N1 in 2009? Did you know that was killing more young people than old people? Very strange. Now, in this case, with the COVID, that hasn't been the case. But with Delta, it is now getting more young people sick. Number one. Number two, the kids, if they get sick, they're gonna spread it to the older people, right?
Yeah.
So you got to wear masks. So what is Governor DeSantis in school? They're trying to get all the kids back in school. Folks, all this is just common sense based on a conversation you're having with your doctor, okay? It's not anything political. So these politicians are jumping in the middle. Okay, Florida's governor says school leader salaries may be withheld if they require masks. Look, this is lunacy in the name of, they're trying to say that this is tyranny against your freedom. Listen to me. The tyranny against your freedom is the moron who doesn't responsibly act like a citizen and therefore takes away your freedom. That's the freedom. The freedom to make the decision, you got to be a responsible citizen in your society. If I'm not responsible, if I'm in an elevator full of people, we're all wearing masks, and I have COVID, and I'm pissed off and drunk and high because I smoked pot, and I'm in a bad mood, and I'm irrational, and I'm like, screw these people, and I take my mask off and I cough in the elevator, I'm an irresponsible guy. Well, I have the right to not wear a mask and I cough. And it's not illegal to cough. And it's not illegal to wear a mask. And in my state, it's not illegal to smoke pot. I'm free. That's what America's all about. And I just took away the freedom of every goddamn person in the elevator.
Look, I have to say, there are a few numbers that people need to understand. Remember when back when Trump was in office and we were working on figuring out a vaccine, how excited people were when they were told, oh, you're going to get 50% probability that you don't catch it. It's going to be 50% effective. They were so excited. Oh, finally a vaccine. 50% is better than nothing. Well, they came out with vaccines that are 85%, 90%, 95% effective. And people are still saying, like, you see, some people are getting it. Oh, that guy was vaccinated and he got it. Yes, but that person is stronger, can resist the virus a lot better. It's impossible to say that it is not 100% effective. It's 95, 90%, 85%. So there is a chance that you will get it. I mean, the best example that I can give you guys, those of you who are watching, is a condom.
And
it's a condom. A condom says in the label 99% effective. Are you not going to use it because it's not 100% effective? Are you not going to protect yourself against sexually transmitted diseases or unwanted pregnancies just because it's not 100%? You do. You use it. You wear it, even though it's 99%. So if you do that on your daily life, on a topic that you are very excited about, why are you complaining about a vaccine that can keep you alive? That can keep your family, your children, your grandparents, your parents alive and safe? Why are you okay with 99% safety or protection from a condom, but you're bitching and moaning about a vaccine that gives you 85, 90, 95? It's exactly the same thing. That's the first thing. The other thing that's important to remember is that what are the numbers that we're getting from the United States? 100,000 cases each day over the last 6 or 7 days. That's what I last heard. It's incredibly contagious. It's very fast spreading. It's very easy to get it. And most of the people that are getting it, they're not vaccinated. We're talking, again, percentages, right? Something up on the 95, 99% of the people that are getting it are people who are not vaccinated. Now, I want you to see something that took place in the UK just the other day. Anti-vaxxers trying to go against the BBC because they want people to get vaccinated. Have a very quick look. The irrationality of people to go out there and attack people because they believe that vaccines don't work. They don't want to get vaccines. I mean, it's insane. The funny thing about this particular video, and I have to make a very quick comment, is number one, do you remember a few weeks ago when there was a reporter from Reuters in Zhengzhou saying that, oh, he was attacked by a mob because he was reporting? There were like 5 or 6 people talking to him a little bit loudly. That's a freaking mob. The other thing that's really interesting is that these guys actually went to the wrong building. So here they are walking to the right building. Okay, that last thing that the girl was saying is very interesting because we talk a lot about BBC here, Mario. She's saying, we're not BBC, we are RT, because people are so angry at the BBC for saying that they should vaccinate. This is how people actually don't trust the BBC, but this is not here, not there. But it was just funny to me to hear that girl saying, like, we're RT, we're not BBC. That's her defense. So, okay, she's RT. Anyway, talking about anti-vaxxers, we also need to talk about anti-maskers because that's the other thing. I don't know what you have there. Mario, show me.
In June,
Mhm.
Maryland reported one state, and so it's the same in everywhere. 100% of its COVID deaths were people who were, take a guess,
Not vaccinated.
unvaccinated.
Not vaccinated.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. 99.5% of cases are people who are not vaccinated. Okay. If you're vaccinated, there's 154,000 people who got vaccinated and they got COVID.
Okay, but
154,000 people got COVID and they were vaccinated. It's not working! The freaking liars, Fauci! Folks, 180 million people did get vaccinated and didn't get COVID. Hello? Frank, back to
the
you, Fernando.
proportions are like,
Come on,
no,
folks.
I want to talk about the mask, because DeSantis is
Same
also
story.
going over the masks. So this is
Same
a question
story.
that was asked. Okay, this is the Surgeon General. Yeah, he says Trump admin Surgeon General criticized DeSantis on school mask mandate. This person wants to oppose people from wearing masks at school. It's a mandate, and he's saying no. But here we go. They're telling him not to. Here's a question for DeSantis. This is something that you commented on. Yeah? Probably is one of the top 3 worst epicenters of COVID-19 in the entire...
Top five.
Top 5, sorry. In the entire world. And Governor Ron DeSantis has gone mad. Ron DeSantis literally won't do anything and refuses to allow schools to mandate masks. Even suspend salaries of school teachers who try Delta variant is dangerous to kids. And that cartoon right there is sick. But
that Eric Ding is one. That Eric Ding is. I want to say Eric Fagel Ding is one of the top medical guys in the United States. Okay, continue, Fernando.
Good. I need to show you a couple of clips of what these people are saying. This is not in Florida. This is in North Carolina. But you got to understand with who are we dealing with? Who the government is dealing with? Okay, have a look.
Whoever votes to mask our children this school year, you're all criminals and should all be in jail for child abuse.
Unmask our children. Let them use their mouths to sing, speak, and smile with one another as God intended.
As God
intended,
listen to me, as God intended. You love, this is like the Christian hypocrites out there. This boggles my mind. I don't want to get off topic and go back to Mike Pompeo, because he claims to be this devout Christian guy, and then here he is, just a liar, a bold-faced liar. You can't be a Christian and be a bold-faced liar like that. Okay, and forget about the church. Forget about the church and all like the religious rules and things and robes and stuff. If you don't like that stuff, religion, that's fine. But the teachings of the guy named Jesus with Christianity, he said, okay, do unto others. Take care of your neighbors, take care of each other. Okay, this was the teachings, the basic, fundamental, moral and ethical Judeo-Christian teachings, the same as the Buddhist teachings, same as any reasonable spiritual teachings. Okay, so this woman's turning around and she's completely got it backwards. In the name of God, let our children as God intended. How twisted and warped is this? This is like the wars. This is why the church splintered off hundreds of years ago. Martin Luther what was the name of that again? He pinned it to the door. Damn it, I can't remember. The Reformation. There was this piece of paper, I learned about it in school. He pinned it to the door and split the church. It's like, hey, the church is at war. The church is killing people in the name of God. Jesus did not teach this, okay? Look at this woman perverting God and perverting Christianity, politicizing it. This is sick, twisted stuff. Sick, twisted stuff.
And let's not forget the First Lady that said that those people who require children to wear masks, who want to protect children, the criminals. So these people are really confused. Remember the title of today's video. Are you confused? Are you a criminal? Or are you vaccinated? But there's more. Listen to this other group of Americans, please.
We are a republic. We are not an autocracy. You are not dictators, and you do not get to tell us what we can and cannot do with our children.
You do not know better than the parents in my district. You do not have a right to slam down mandates upon children of Buncombe County that fly in the face of scientific reasoning. The greatest threat to our children today does not come from COVID-19. It comes from woke liberal government officials like you who think they are all-knowing and all-wise.
Okay,
And
let me
they're
comment
all-
on the first lady that says that we are a republic. This is not a dictatorship. You do not tell us what to do with our children. Do you know
Yes,
that
you
your
do.
children cannot drink until they're 21? That's the
Right.
government telling you what you cannot do. That's the government telling you that your kid cannot ride in the car without a baby seat or without a seatbelt. That's your government tell you that you cannot beat your child the way your father probably beat you. So the government is all the time telling you what you can or cannot do with your child.
There's all
And let's go
kinds.
back to the schools. You cannot go to school if you don't have vaccinations for all these different
No.
things.
When people are these are fake arguments. These are the arguments of people who are so irresponsible and selfish because they are ignoring the fact that they already, I mean, their argument is entirely irrational because they live in a society where the government indeed already has thousands of laws in place for the sake of the society, telling you exactly what they claim they're not allowed to tell you. There's thousands, not hundreds, thousands of laws telling you in any society on planet Earth, and hopefully they're reasonable laws, what it is that you must do as a citizen living in that society. From the moment you come out of the womb, you are subject to the laws of this country and the society and the city and the municipality and whatever it is of which you live. Period. Okay? We're back with the kids in the schools. Kids have to be vaccinated to go to school. In fact, by the way, kids are required to go to school. You know, it's illegal to not send your kids to school. And if you don't send them to school, you have to, you can't even not send them to school. You'll go to jail if you keep your kids out of school in just about any country. In freaking China, you got to send, I mean, these are just like, this is the way it is. It's called living in a society, folks. So this neoliberal cancerous idea, these people, you cannot dictate to us. Yes, we can. That's what we do. We already are, and we have been for centuries, and it is for your own good. Ah! You can't tell me what to do.
Manzana
Yes,
is right.
we can.
Manzana is
We
right.
are.
Manzana is telling us is the social contract. Is the social contract. You do what we tell you, and you do what we allow you to do. It's that simple, and we protect you, and we create infrastructure and give you all the things that you need. It's called a social contract, and you are basically born into this particular social contract whenever you take one country's nationality. It's that simple. But I have more because we also have cuckoo people, lunatics. Watch it out.
This is all smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. You're basing your stuff on false data because you're just listening to the liars.
These viruses, the COVID-19, SARS, HIV, they have never been found. They only exist they're developed out of a software program.
Go on.
Out of software.
Yeah. Just there's too many people out there. This is, again, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. We don't need, these people are the worst. They're the worst. Okay, go ahead, because I'm.
What are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? Because these people are the ones, probably half of them are the ones that voted for Trump. That's the division that you have in America. So even if the government wants to do something, they have to use silk gloves because otherwise they're going to lose power. If Biden mandates something at a federal level, well, people are going to revolt against it because that's what you have in a country like America. So it's let me talk about what we just saw in those clips here. The freedom of speech. Speech is connected to your brain. Speech is an expression of your intellect. And not everybody has the same brain. let me say it. Not everybody has the same intellect. So
Beautiful line.
People are you free to say stupid things? I guess you are, but should we be listening to those people? Who should you listen to? Are you free to say hateful things? No. There should be a limit also for stupid things. When you tell me that COVID-19 comes from a software, there's a disconnect between the brain and reality. That person's speech, he has every right to have it, but we should not be airing it and making it public, or at least if we do, is to what you say, Mario, we need to rain down some shame on them. Because
Yes, Catholic guilt.
You cannot say
Catholic
stupid
guilt.
things like that. We need to shame them into understanding that that is dangerous, that that's not the way to proceed in the face of science. And the earlier lady just says, you're listening to liars. There's your divide. There's a division between this side and that side.
There's no liars. I want to address this. Fernando, this is why I called you this afternoon. I said, Fernando, we got to do this show. We got to do it. We got to do it fast. We already know what we got to talk about. Folks, there is no confusion. There is no confusion. There's no lies. And nothing we are saying has a damn thing to do with politics. Okay?
Here's one thing that I want you to know.
600,000 people have died. Go ahead.
China has a zero COVID strategy, and it works.
And it works.
And it works. We had a Delta variant. Few hundred cases here and there. What does the media say? Oh, it's spiraling out of control. When you compare that to the 100,000s and the thousands and thousands that you're getting in other countries, how do you call 150, 130, 160 cases out of control?
Let me read it.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Please do.
Yeah, let me read it. This is today. I had done, by the way, Fernando and I do individual videos. I just did a individual live stream update about 3 days ago. Update about the Delta variant outbreak in China. Please go watch it on my channel. I just did it. 4 days later, today, I just tweeted it. I'm looking at my threads here. CNN headline, just like a couple of hours ago. Okay, as the as the Delta variant spreads out of control in China. This is within the top paragraph. That's the language CNN is using. I immediately wrote a tweet saying, excuse me, just as the new CNN headline declares the China Delta outbreak is spiraling out of control, here in China, I'm here, Fernando's here, and everyone we're connected to is here, so we all know it's already not out of control at all. It's already back under control. Where it began in Nanjing 2.5, 3 weeks ago, it's already back to 0 COVID cases yesterday. So by the time CNN puts that, go.
One thing, how many people have lost their jobs, have been demoted, have been basically slashed and heads had rolled because of this 150 cases?
40.
Last I heard, something like 40 or 50 people have lost their jobs and have been demoted.
40.
What about America with the 600,000
no
deaths
accountability
and the 100,000 cases a day?
We got it.
It's
Let's
insane.
help
Mario, that's it for today.
Well,
Take care,
we
guys. Get vaccinated.
Go.
What?
We got to go to the next point. We need more time. We got to go to the next point. Okay, this is the vaccinated
next
part.
point.
3 4 minutes. Okay. Next.
Go.
Next final point. Vaccinated. And what does it mean? And this was a major point in my head when I said, Fernando, we got to do this show today. Folks, you've got China, who up till now has not required or mandated vaccinations for anyone by law. You've got the United States, who is increasingly mandating it. The military, certain companies are saying, you're not vaccinated, don't come to work. Certain schools, certain parts, I said military, the Pentagon, government offices, they're all, one by one, the dominoes are falling. where they're requiring you to be vaccinated if you want to do X, be X, etc. In China, and this is the opposite, right? This is exactly the opposite of what they want you to think. No one's mandating it and requiring it yet. You know why? Because we don't have any idiots out there fighting it. And because there's no major outbreak here, so people haven't been in a hurry to get vaccinated. So it is going a little slower than it should. But understand that we're in a zero COVID country, you see. So I didn't get my vaccine. I got my first shot last week. I wasn't in a hurry. Why? Because there's no cases. So it's like, you don't feel in a hurry to get it. Okay. So I'm just a little bit slow, a little bit lazy, but we're all not in danger here. That's the difference. Now, in China, if I guarantee you, because we are in an authoritarian, totalitarian state, and Fernando, this is the two key points I wanted to make. If it did get out of control in China, you can bet your ass it would already have been mandated that everyone has to get it, and no one has a choice. This is an authoritarian, one-party rule country. We're glad that it is for this reason, okay? It hasn't been necessary, but if it was necessary, and this is my point, here in China, if it was necessary and they do in China, things are done by the provinces. So Liaoning province would say, it is now required that you get the vaccine. Get your ass to the hospital. And that would be the beginning of the discussion, and that would be the end of the discussion. Okay? It hasn't been necessary because we're done such a great job. It's not out of control here. Plus, people are getting vaccinated. Okay, it's 1.8 billion shots now in China. Okay, done there on the China side. I want to contrast this to America. Those of you who are insisting on being the irresponsible, selfish person that you are, or even criminal, okay, those of you who are insisting on that because of your deluded sense of American freedom, obviously we're not friends. You are hating me right about now, and I live with that. Okay? I live with that. I need you to understand that you're making your own bed here. The longer you have a large group of irresponsible, selfish lunatics led by the likes of Rand Paul and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott and all these other lunatics, the longer you people resist, the more you are guaranteeing that at some point in the future, you're going to be forced to get the very vaccine that you are claiming that is tyranny. Think about it. If you don't finally get your freaking head screwed on straight and start acting like a rational, responsible adult living in a society who's responsible also for the people around you, not just your own outrageous, extremist, delusional, neoliberal sense of individual freedom. The longer you hang on to that, the longer you're guaranteeing that you're going to get mandated and forced to get the vaccine. You are making your own bed. Give it up. Let it go. Get
and
vaccinated.
The longer that takes place,
and the more
the
people
longer
are dying.
The longer our borders will stay closed. Sorry, that's the way it has to be. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today.
Fernando.
See you on the
Thank you
next
for
one.
giving me
Bye.
that.